city in Spain, and Hitler's German Condor Legion and Italy bombed Guernica at 4:30 on Monday afternoon, the 26th of April of 1937. And Germany and Italy were supporting the nationalists in the Spanish Civil War, which was a conflict that lasted from about 1936 to about 1939. And in case the Spanish Civil War was a nationalist victory. It was the nationalists versus the Republic, the Spanish Republican government, and the nationalists won the Civil War. We had the dissolution of the Second Spanish Republic, and then this was the beginning of Franco's dictatorship. A perpetual anti-war symbol. It was commissioned by the Republican government of Spain the same year that the bombing occurred. And Picasso chose to paint this scene of, to kind of, like I said, commemorate the bombing in black and white. It's an oil painting, and it's on a large mural-sized canvas. This is 11 feet tall by 25.6 feet wide. So I think the first question that we can ask is, well, why black and white? And the black and white really helps Picasso in this situation express the somber tone of his work, and it gives greater emphasis to the chaos of shapes, rather than just distracting the viewer with a lot of random color.
Woo! Woo!
So let's look more now at the details of the painting. First of all, the overall scene is a room. And then at the open the bowl, which is standing over a woman who's grieving with a dead child in her arms. The center of the painting is occupied by this crazed horse that has some sort of a javelin or spear thrust right through it. And there's actually two, what they're called hidden images related to this horse. And they took me like 20 minutes to find. Maybe you'll be luckier than I am. But overlaying the image of the horse, specifically the horse's body, is the profile or the side view of a human skull. And maybe here this deep contrasting is readily discernible. And also, and I don't have a photo of this necessarily that maybe help you see it, but the horse's knee, the horse's front leg with its knee where it's bent on the ground, is supposedly supposed to outline the profile of a bull's head, which appears to be gorging the horse. This one took me even longer to figure out. The horse's kneecap, which is resting on the ground, forms like the snout or the nose of the bull. And then if you follow the profile or the line of the leg backwards and upwards, you can kind of see the outline of the bull's head. The bull's tail, and by the bull, now I'm talking about the big bull over on the left-hand side of the painting, almost looks like it's on fire. And fire plays an important role in this painting as well. If you move over now to the far right-hand side of the painting, you can see a person with their arms stretched up, and they're almost being pulled, and it looks like they're being pulled in two different directions. You can see these kind of wispy triangles above and below the person, which are also supposed to represent fire, almost as if they're being dragged in two different directions between heaven and hell, with fire rising from each. Over on the left side, the horse's tail appears to be some sort of a window. And the only reason that we can say that is because it's shady.
They keep coming.
Notably lighter there. Is a dead soldier. It looks like he's been dismembered. You can see his head is lying toward the back of the horse. His arm is to the right of that, still clutching a sword, and it looks like there's some sort of a flower actually growing out of the dead soldier's hand. And his other hand, just stretched out in front of his head, shows evidence of stigma, right? Which are symbols of martyrdom that were derived from the stigmata of Christ when he was crucified. Directly over the suffering horse's head, the bare bulb is supposed to be reminiscent of a torturer's cell. You know, with the light bulb hanging from the ceiling where the interrogating officer slaps the table to try to elicit. Picasso's intended symbolism here with regard to the light was that it actually relates to the Spanish word for light bulb, which is bomba. And bomba makes an allusion to the word bomb, which in Spanish is bomba. So the word for light bulb and bomb sound very similar in Spanish, and therefore it's signifying the destructive effect which technology can have on society. The relationship between this light and the bomb. To the upper right-hand side of the horse, there's a frightened female figure who almost seems to be like a ghost. She's witnessing the scene before. She appears to have floated into the room, almost, I said, like a ghost. And one of her arms, the right arm, is extended before, and it's carrying a fire-lit lamp. And the lamp is positioned very closely to the ball. And remember, we talked about kind of the dark symbolism associated with the ball. Well, in contrast to that, you've got this lit lamp right next to it. That could be interpreted as a symbol of hope, clashing with the distortion of the light bulb, by which we drive this connection between the light bulb, and bomb. And then also, there's one other figure over at the bottom right-hand side of the painting, which appears to be a number of different ways. I'm just being kind of the cubist method. And she appears to be kind of staring really intently at that light bulb. So there's a lot of things going on in this painting. I guess the one last thing I'll mention is behind the bull. I don't know if this is going to be easy to see because the painting is so dark and it's on a computer screen, but there appears to be a bird reaching kind of up toward the sky behind the bull, which is sometimes interpreted as a dove. So once again, you can look at that as a symbol of hope, like the lamp that the woman floating through the window was holding. And and also the flower growing out of the dismembered soldier's hand. And then on the far right-hand side of the painting appears to be some sort of a door which is slightly ajar. So there's a lot going on in a painting like this. Powerful symbol, as I said, of anti-war protest, and really this event, which was, not necessarily anything specific. I mean, it was one of many battles and atrocities that were committed during the Spanish Civil War, and it may have been forgotten had not Picasso really preserved it through this painting.
UCF Pegasus.